Hello children, last week we have a session. In that session we discussed the various lessons which is there in the science. So today we can directly move to our science, one of the science lesson which is so simple at the same time which has got a very important in our life. And the lesson is why do we fall ill, chapter 13. You can see the name of the lesson here, and when you see the name of this lesson, everyone's mind now think of a virus, that is coronavirus, which make the entire world locked down. So these type of viruses, bacteria or the protozoans which causes a lot of diseases in our body, we will discuss this type of microorganism in the second session of this lesson. So what we are going to do today? Today we are discussing the first part of this lesson, and the key concepts of this lesson are, you could have seen there, we are discussing today the health and disease, conditions for good health, and also the types of diseases, etc. You can read the concepts, that is health, disease free, basic conditions for good health, and types of diseases are the topics which we have to cover today. Now, which is the first one there? Can you see the health is the first point which we have to discuss. Okay, what do you know about health? What do you think about health? We frequently heard the word health. Am I right? Okay. But normally we think if you are free from diseases, we are healthy. A person will be healthy when we are free from diseases. We think so. Is it right? Is it right, children? No. There are a lot of concepts when we come across the word health. And what is actually the meaning of health, or what is the definition given to health? Now see children, this is the definition given for health. Health is a state of physical, mental and social well-being. What it means? You know, the first two things, that is physical and mental well-being. For example, your grandmother can't climb up the stairs. What she say? She may have some problem with her leg. So she has some problem physically, she is not well. In the same way, mental health is also needed. What is it? Some stress or strain which comes to us will also affect the health. A very simple example, if your surrounding near to your home, if there is a noise pollution and if it prolongs for a long time, will it affect us? Of course, we know that these all things will affect us. Then another important one is, you may live in city or in village or town, wherever may be. You think if there is no agencies to collect the garbage and dispose it in the proper manner, is it affect the health of a person? If there is no one to clear the drains, is it affect the health of the individual who lives in that place? And if there is stagnant water on roads and open places, how is it affect the health of the person? Of course. Now you know that one, health is not merely free from diseases. All these concepts are needed. We should be physically fit, mentally we should be fit, and our surroundings should be clean and neat to make an individual healthy one. These are all enough? Anything else is needed? We could have see what are the other things needed. Now, before that one, every one of you know, for a healthy person, what are the things we have to do? Look here children, we needed the good food, we will go to the food side and we have some good habits which you have studied in your junior classes, and we should go for the exercises to make our body fit. And you know that spiritual or the yoga etc. are needed to make us mentally fit. Okay. So, these are the common things nowadays, every one of us know about all these things. And I said it is physically, mentally and socially well-being. Now children, is food is needed for health? Do we have to take good food to have a good health? Of course, we have to take good food. Now, to get food, we have to work. Am I right? Yes. So, what are the other things? We needed a good economic condition and job to improve the health. Is it? Then what is the last one comes there? So, we know that we should be happy to have a health individual, to become a healthy individual. So, look here. Where are you? Listen here. Good physical and social environment I already told you. Then good economic conditions I told you. Then also we should be happy to have good health. That is social equality and harmony is needed. Okay. Now, so merely saying disease free, it won't be healthy. Now look here. What are the differences between health and disease free? So you could see the differences there. Healthy means it's a state of physical, mental and social well-being, and disease free means it's a state of absence of disease. Now it refers to be the individual, its physical and social environment. As I told you, the cleanness of the environment etc. Then in the case of disease free, it deals with the individual alone, not the society, not the surrounding, nothing else. Now the individual has good health when we say about the healthy person. But in the case of disease free, either the person may be healthy or not, but his body is free from diseases. That's only the thing, that's the differences which comes between the healthy and disease free condition. Now how can we stay disease free? How can us make the body free from diseases? Now, by having proper food or balanced diet. It is one of the important thing for to have free from the diseases and have good health, and by keeping the environment clean. We know that how to clean our environment nowadays, it becomes more and more important. Is the rainy season, different types of diseases may comes to the body, or flies or mosquitoes, whatever may be there in the stagnant water. So we have to make the environment very clean and neat to protect the body or protect us from various type of diseases. Now another one, maintain personal hygiene. No need to say it again and again. Personal hygiene is one of the important thing to make our body free from diseases and to make a person healthy one. Okay, so the points are very important. When the first point is by having proper food or balanced diet, then by keeping the environment clean and maintaining the personal hygiene. These are very important when we come through that how can we stay disease free by maintaining good health. Now children, what is actually mean by that disease? A discomfort, or we are not or feeling uncomfortable, is it? That is actually disease, and the disease may be because of minor issues may be there in the body, or the disease may be certain major issues which makes in our body. Now how the human body has formed? You know that one we studied in the lower classes, that the body have cells joined together and form the tissues together forms the organ to organ system, and an organism has formed. So in a human body there are a lot of organ systems Okay. Now, these organ systems functions together for the proper functioning of the body. They works together. And for example, if you take one of the organ system as what did you say, that is we can go for the digestive system. So, in digestive system we have already studied lot of organs are present in the digestive system, and this system consists of stomach, intestines, etc. And what is the function of these organs? They stand together and work together for the digestion of food which we take from outside. Now, in the same manner we have the muscular system. What is the function of that? What are the things comes there? We know that bones and muscles are there in the muscular system. What do? They stands together to make a framework for the body, and also they are needed for the movement of the body. Am I right? Okay. Now, what happens when a disease comes to this organ or an organ system? How can we identify that I have a disease? Either it is a major or a minor one. How can we identify that I have a disease? Of course, it shows certain symptoms. We heard about the word symptoms and signs of disease. Is it? It shows certain symptoms in our body. For example, if I have headache may be due to various reasons. It won't be because of a single reason, we cannot say. It may be because I didn't sleep last 2-3 days in the proper manner, so I may get headache because of that one. Or I was there in front of the computer for a long time last night, I may get headache. Or if I have an exam, the coming after 2-3 days, if I have an exam, I am mentally stressed, it may lead to a headache. Or it may be due to certain major issues which may comes to me as either we call it as meningitis or brain fever, for whatever. So, these are different discomfortable which I formed in my body, but the reason we don't know. Either it is because I didn't slept it properly, or it may be because of that stress which I have, or it may be due to certain diseases, major diseases which may be the starting of certain diseases in my body. How can we find out these things? So, with the symptoms, we should not go the treatment by ourselves. Sometimes we can understand if I have a fever and if I played in the rain the last day, of course sometimes there is a chance for fever or throat pain, so that we could have understand. But if the symptoms are continuing, if the symptoms are there for 2-3 days continuously, don't go for the self treatment. We have to consult the doctor with the symptoms, and what the doctor or the physician will say us with the symptoms what is there in our body, he could have find out certain signs which is leading to that particular disease. For example, measles is a disease which may start with a severe fever. Fever may be due to, as I told you, if you played in the rain, you may get the fever, or if you have drink a lot of cold water, you may got the throat pain and fever sometimes for some children. Or these type of diseases, also communicable diseases may also starts with the fever. So, when we go with the fever to the doctor, he could have find out certain red rashes on the body. It is exactly a sign which shows it's a disease which is called as measles. Now, so that symptoms will lead to the signs which help us to lead to a particular disease, what exactly we have. Now, look here, what are the how can we identify a disease? A disease is associated with the symptoms, and symptoms just indicate that there is a disease. It never says which is that particular disease in our body. Now, they do not indicate the exact type of disease. That is what I told you, that the symptoms never give you what exact the disease is. So, we should not treat ourselves, or we should not take any type of antibiotics or medicines by ourselves without consulting a doctor. Now, different parts of our body perform different functions. I told you with an example of digestive system. Then any of these functions are disturbed, we can say that something is wrong within our body. Now, or something has changed in it. This is a symptom of getting disease. So, if something wrong with the functioning of this part of the body, we get certain symptoms. It comes out as symptoms in our body, and the doctor often look for signs of a disease in order to find out the exact problem. So, the science helps the doctor to find out what is the exact disease in us. And sometimes, the doctor say to go for the lab test. Is it? This laboratory test also done in order to find out the disease. So, it pinpoint what exactly the disease is. Laboratory test will pinpoint what exactly the disease in our body. Okay. So, now the things we discussed are what is health we discussed, and what are the differences between the disease free and health. So, we cannot consider health and disease free are the same things, and how the symptoms and signs will help us to identify what disease we have. Now, actually there are different types of diseases. Some diseases may stand only for a few days, a short period in our body, and that won't make any major issues into our body or the organs which is present in our body. Whereas there are certain other diseases which stands for a long time in our body, and it makes a major issues to us. At the same time, there are certain other types of diseases which may spread from one person to another. Exactly, we all know now the virus corona again. Is it? So, only by social distancing we can escape from such type of diseases, because there is no medicine has found out so far. So, which spread from one person to another in various manner. But at the same time, there are certain diseases it never spread from one person to another. So, what are that type of diseases? How can we classify it, or which are the different types of diseases? Now, you can see in the monitor that the types of diseases here. The first one is acute disease. What is acute disease meaning? What it exactly? Acute disease means the disease which stands only for a short period in our body, which won't make major issues. It may stand only for 2 or 3 days or maximum 1 week. We know the common cold, fever will be there for 1 or 2 days and it goes, and there is no such issues for us. If you take a bath after this 2-3 days, we are fresh and we are okay with our health. Okay. Then what about the chronic disease? It's not like that. Chronic diseases are the diseases which may stand for a long time in our body, and this make major issues also. I told you, it may affect the internal organs. Tuberculosis is one of the chronic diseases which will come to the lungs, and it affects the lungs. It's need a long time treatment in our body. And sometimes the chronic diseases will make us bedridden, and it may be with us throughout our life also. So, such diseases are called as chronic diseases. For example, cancer is a chronic disease. It never spread from one person to another. Diabetic is another one, never spread from one person to another. But these are chronic because they needed a continuous treatment, and within 1 or 2 days these type of diseases won't go from our body. That is the difference between acute and chronic diseases. And which are the other 2 types? Non-infectious or non-communicable diseases, and the another one is infectious or communicable diseases. What is the difference between these 2 diseases? Non-communicable diseases or non-infectious diseases means the diseases which won't spread from one person to another person, which never spread from one person to another person. Now, like as I said previously, diabetic is a disease which never spread from one person to another. And what about the infectious diseases? Infectious diseases which spread from an infected person to a healthy person through various manner. It may be by water, maybe by food, then by air, by sexual contact, or by physical contact. There are certain diseases which may spread from person to person. You know the chicken pox. If your brother or sister have chicken pox and if you are staying along with them, of course it may comes to you because it will spread through the physical contact. AIDS is another disease which may spread through the sexual contact, and there are certain other ways are also which it spread. So, there are diseases which spread from one person to another, means from an infected person to a healthy person, that is called as infectious diseases. So, look at certain pictures. So, here comes the differences between acute and chronic diseases, whatever we discussed now. An acute disease is one which lasts for very short period of time. Now, a chronic disease is one that lasts for a long time. In the case of acute disease, it does not have enough time to cause major effects on general health because it stands only 2-3 days, maximum 1 week in our body. It won't get the time to make any problem to the internal organs. And whereas the chronic diseases, since it lasts for a long time, it affects healthy adversely and has a more negative impact on our body. Now, you can see some pictures. This is acute disease. One of the picture of common cold the baby have, and another one is measles, like the disease which is also an acute disease. Measles or chicken pox. I think it's a picture of chicken pox. Now, chronic diseases, elephantiasis is one of the disease which you can see that leg of the person, it's a chronic disease which stands for a long time. It never completely cured within a short time. And also the tuberculosis is a disease which comes to the body which also needed a long period of treatment which is affecting the lungs. Now, these are certain examples of communicable and non-communicable diseases, and I told you what is communicable diseases which spread from an infected person to a healthy person through the air, water, food, vectors, physical contact or sexual contacts. These are certain examples of these diseases of communicable diseases. Now, the same manner, certain diseases names are listed out there which won't spread from one person to another. That examples are there. These are that beriberi, rickets, scurvy, etc. So, you have studied in the very lower classes, and night blindness also, and diabetes, cancers recently every one of you know. These diseases never spread from one person to another if we treat them. Now, children, so far in this session we have discussed the health, importance of health, what is disease free and how the diseases comes to the body and the types of diseases, etc. Now, you could have write down certain questions from this portion. That is, the first question, what is health? Second question, differentiate acute and chronic diseases. And the third question is differentiate communicable and non-communicable diseases. Write 2 examples for each. So, find out the answer for the next session. Thank you, children.